Oh, sorry, guys. Going live right now. Here's the intro. I'm messing it up this morning already.
Yo, Eric, we're over here on the paranormal hunt, and I headed over to this other building, and it's number 13. What is this someone on? My God.
Well, it looks like it's probably just going to be us today. Oh, except for Arcos and Beyond. She's there. We got one person, so that's good. Anthony, I know we're talking about werewolves, but ever since we did that interview with Angel Wings, which will premiere Saturday, I'll get that link uploaded.
Everything's been
like,
crazy.
It's almost like every day something is crazy, and I'm not saying because we talk demon possession, that's the reason why things got crazy, but it's just like Tuesday morning is the morning I'm supposed to take the cat to get fixed to this town up near the mountains. It started to snow out of nowhere, ice on the roads, and it's just and then I was getting these major headaches in the back. It almost sometimes put me in a tear, but I read some things to do, and believe it or not, we're not sponsored. I've been taking my wife's ancient greens, whatever, or athletic greens in the house, and I start taking that. Actually, it worked with the headaches.
What is it?
Athletic greens is another way to get vitamins and stuff into your system. So I was just trying to make sure I'm not like dehydrating. So
I got
all that. And then yesterday, I was driving my son to school. I go down this road. There is an on-ramp for 516, so there's a car that's going to be left, so it kind of stops traffic. And then I went to hit my brakes normal. There must have been a patch of ice from trees that I didn't even see. So I was doing this, and this. I was getting so close to the car. There's like a little road. There was just a little road that goes up. So I turned the wheel like I'm going up this road, and the car, my van went like this, and I didn't touch them.
Oh, and you fishtailed.
I missed them because I was sliding. I couldn't do anything. My foot was on the brakes, right? And then I was supposed to do this show 10 a.m. my time. I come downstairs. I smelt this like, oh my God. And I'm not trying to be gross, people, but there's a shower down here. There was poop and stuff inside the shower. And I'm like, I'm not saying we interview the demon because we think, we can't be 100%, but we think we might have caught some demonic voices.
With, angel wings, yeah, whatever that.
With angel wings. And it's like ever since then, I don't know, man. It's just like bad luck after bad luck has been happening, and shoot, who knows if I'll make hopefully I'll make it through the week.
Tomorrow's show is going to be called Septic Tank Disaster with Eric.
Danny Staten, I thought this was later. I moved it to 1:00, but then I'm thinking, knowing my luck, my guy, my plumber is going to come at that time. Because I know if he texts me now, it'd be about an hour. So I got some Marcy, I'll just do it now. So I apologize for the time changing. It's just,
it's one of those days.
And listen, anytime you call out a plumber, people, you're paying.
Oh yeah,
you're just paying, and it's just so crazy. It is what it is, and and of course for today we're talking werewolves and all that, and but hey, tomorrow, people, doesn't matter what happens to me tonight or today or tomorrow, because we're premiering See, my brain is so out of it. I forgot what I titled the
Tom
tomorrow's
DeLonge,
show.
right?
It's Tom You know, Anthony, you know how it is. Sometimes when life just doesn't want to throw you a bone.
Oh, you're not gonna tell me, man.
And all that. Here, I'll share the screen because I really enjoyed this one. Doing this one. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Was Tom DeLonge UFO group to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science a joke? And there's a lot of things.
Thumbnail.
And there's a lot of things I did not know about the arts, and because of Anthony's telling me some of the things, some of the videos I cut in this is about the arts.
Do you have
and science?
Do you have Christopher Mellon on the drums?
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Since there's 4 of them, the 4 main people, and Blank 182 only has 3 people. So I had to find like a Kiss picture or whatever and just add them to that. And I had one of the most funkiest because they do look like a joke, right?
I love it.
And I happened to find some aliens look like they're dancing, and
that's great.
You gotta have fun in life, You gotta have fun. And that was
I just got done writing the script for Sunday's show for MK Ultra. I literally wrote the whole thing myself because I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you took this from it with YouTube. I'm writing all my own scripts, doing all my own videos, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
How win the lottery? Like I said, today's time, I changed it like 3-4 times because it's just...
Yeah, he's got a plumbing problem at the house, so there's a lot of
the devil
going on.
Devil
literally.
The devil there's a lot of werewolves in lives. There's different kind of werewolves. There's actually, I forgot there was even a case that Ed and Lorraine Warren actually did a case on the Southend Werewolf. So they even did a case on a werewolf. And I do have a video. A lot of it is silence until they show video clips. So this first video is the Southend Werewolf, in case you never heard of it. Bill Ramsey is the first publicly emphasized true story of a werewolf. Supposedly. No, Mr. Ramsey did not actually change into a wolf. He did transfer into a wolf-like creature with superhuman strength.
Literally flew off the handle as though I was mad at somebody. Just went in a total rage, and I mean, a rage.
Up until 2 years ago, Londoner Bill Ramsey didn't know why he would attack people, just like the Wolfman in the movies.
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
The original Wolfman is great.
I had a very big bad attack and nearly killed a police officer at Southend Police Station. That's in 1987, July 1987.
Ramsey was put in an institution.
They ran all their tests, the brain scans, and all this kind of stuff. But all the brain scan can really tell you is not what's wrong with you, it's really what isn't.
Ramsey said it got to a point where he can actually sense a change coming on. So he would drive himself to the police station, and the bobbies would lock him up. In here, he says, is where others would be safe.
But the English tabloids found Ramsey and hounded him to reveal his real-life folklore of a man-wolf.
He exhibited superhuman strength. That was an indication to me that maybe that was of a demonic nature.
Thousands of miles away in Monroe, Connecticut, ghost hunters Lorraine and Ed Warren heard about the Ramsey case.
The typical werewolf, all of a sudden, the fangs come out, the hair comes out, the full moon. I said, that's not the way it is. This is a possession by the wolf spirit.
Intrigued, the Warrens went to London and met Ramsey. And after studying his case, they concluded the only way to rid Bill of his curse...
For a second, wasn't it interesting that Ed said he wasn't like cursed with the bloodline of the wolf where he turns into a wolf. He was possessed by a wolf. I don't know how. I mean, first of all, you have to believe that werewolves have to exist in the first place. So I guess if you believe that they exist, I guess you could get possessed by a wolf if they exist.
I don't believe that.
I
Do
mean,
you really you buy that? I don't buy that. Come on.
dude. Sometimes I like try to play the what if game because that's all you can
All right.
do. Because
What if?
you
What
know,
if?
what
That's
if?
it.
I guess if you do believe in possession, and I guess if you do believe that there's werewolves, I guess there's a possibility that instead of a werewolf changing into a werewolf, he just somehow possesses you with their spirit.
Mentally?
I mean,
Did they see him change into form or anything like that? Cool or no?
so far they said that they never technically see him change, but he had the strength of a wolf. But mad people get massive strength out of nowhere. I mean, it's proven.
Oh yeah, in the police department we call them EDPs, emotionally disturbed persons. They get the strength of 10 men.
Let's see what else they say.
Was through the religious rite of exorcism. It was performed in Monroe with the help of Bishop Robert McKenna.
Otherwise, they sat him in the front pew and in front of the altar and in an armchair and strapped him in it.
I had absolutely no faith in it whatsoever. I thought it was bunk and stuff for the movies. I remember him approaching me and making the sign of the cross, and I started to shake.
He would crush his head and he would hold his hand like his little claws, trying to resist the exorcism.
And then he put his stole he was wearing around his neck, and he wrapped it around my head, and I don't really remember too much.
And then it was over.
Maybe it was ordained to be me, to make people aware that this demonic possession thing does happen.
Anthony, first of all, we do have to recognize, I'm not trying to make excuses for none of this kind of stuff, but we're barely scratching the surface on mental issues now. I mean, they're barely taking it more seriously than they ever had. Back then, if we're barely taking it serious more now, that people, when we look at people on the streets, we always think of drugs and all that. Some of those people have mental issues and why they're there.
Oh yeah.
Who says that a lot of these possessions are not really true possessions and they're really more they having a mental issue? I'm sure if I have a mental issue, Anthony, if you're doing some kind of a seance on me, that I'm going to play along with it because of the mental issue.
Psychological stamina to it.
Yes.
The Vatican, most of their exorcists have psychiatry training. And if not, they bring a board-certified psychiatrist along with them to do the exorcism to make sure that the person doesn't have a psychological problem.
I want you to this is what Scott says, and I appreciate Scott for sharing this. My autistic son is 14. When he gets mad, he can almost put me over his head. I'm 220 pounds.
Wow.
See what I mean? Mind over matter.
I've witnessed people, EDPs, out in the field. I've seen nightsticks, wooden nightsticks. I don't have my stick over here. Broken over people's, heads before. And they
have you ever like pulled up to whatever you're called out for, and you wonder how the hell this person got out of this car, how this person got lifted, like something like something abnormal had to happen.
Me and the guys witnessed one time. It was a car accident. It was a pin job. Means the car's flipped over. Person was trapped in a car. The younger kid had gotten out. That kid was able to pick that car up just enough to rip the door off to get his mom out. That's a true story. Things like that happen all the time. You get adrenaline rush or whatever. You get rushed, filled with adrenaline, and you get that rage in you to save someone that you love. That really happens.
Has science ever technically explained that in a way?
I'll look it up for you, but I'm pretty sure it's just like a rush.
Yeah, it must
adrenaline.
be. It must be. I never thought about that until just now. Like, is there like a scientific word for something mind over matter to have you done that? I mean, we all seen the Hulk. He turns green. It's crazy. And then when he looks that up, I have another video. It's called The Real Olympia Werewolf. And this is more of a folklore story type of video of the Olympian werewolf.
The Olympic Werewolf.
Before I start this, I want to welcome Oracles Beyond, Mike Johnson, Hobbs, How Win the Lottery, Dina P, Paradox Fossils, Sugar Britches.
Eric.
I'm doing a special shout out, Scott Morin, just because today's times got changed so many times. I want to thank you guys for sticking with us. David Martin, thank you. Danny Staton, thank you for sticking with us.
Hey, listen, Eric. So it says, what causes hysterical strength? Hysterical strength is the result of an overactive hypothalamus, a tiny section of the brain that maintains the body's psychological balance, such as body temperature and your stress levels. The hypothalamus is directly linked to the adrenal gland, which releases the hormone adrenaline. So it's called hysterical strength, but it's you get a rush of adrenaline. That's like what I said.
Yeah. So if you think, when you heard Scott saying how his son's artistic and you can almost pick him up, you get somebody that has something, mental, whatever it is. Like I said, back in those days, that was 1952. Come on, we're barely scratching the surface on it now.
Oh yeah.
Back then, back then, the doctor's treatment was shock treatment.
Not even that. Do you know what they used to do to sick people that had mental illness back then? They would put them all in a room and they would just let them do whatever. Like there was nothing. There was no emotional support, no contact, no love. It was all medications and sedation. They were treated horrifically. Go look at how some of these institutions treated people with mental illness back in the day. It's tragic. We've come a long way, thank God.
Yes. Yeah, so guys, this video is the Olympian werewolf.
The Olympic werewolf, Demarchus. Demarchus was a victorious Olympic boxer from Parhasia, Arcadia, who is said to have changed his shape into that of a wolf during the festival of Lycaea, only to become a man once again after a 10-year period. Pausanias investigated the story for his famous work, Description of Greece. He believed that Demarchus, the boxer, did indeed exist. He notes that the Demarchus inscription mentions nothing about his supposed metamorphosis into a wolf. But within this we find a little more information on Zeus. The festival of Lycaea involved human sacrifice to Zeus. A young boy was offered and consumed by one of the participants, in this case Demarchus, and as a result Zeus would transform the participant into a wolf. According to Pausanias, the werewolf could once again live as a man, provided that he abstained from human flesh for 9 years. If, however, the wolf tasted the flesh of a man, he would remain a beast forever. Augustine and Pliny agree with the main aspects of the story, but claim that the required waiting time was 10 years and not 9. The story is briefly alluded in Plato's masterpiece, The Republic. However, in Plato's version, there is no suggestion that the change could be undone. But they all believed in werewolves. This has turned out to be very interesting.
Is that the Star Wars music?
The first of the 50 sons of Lycaon is named Akakos, founder of Acacium, the foster father of Hermes.
Yeah,
Another one of his 50 sons is called Macedon, labeled as the son of Zeus and founder of Macedonia. Everything is connected.
Kind of interesting on the Olympian werewolf that they had a times table, 9 years, 10 years, and eat flesh of a human, then they're a permanent werewolf forever. I never heard that kind of a version where you actually have a timeline.
Yeah, the original werewolf, black and white one. That was the timeline. That was the same thing in there.
Was there a timeline? Okay, I don't remember. I remember that movie, but I haven't watched it.
I don't remember hearing like 10 years or anything, but if you ate human flesh, you would change forever. That I know. And it was also in the werewolf movie with Benicio del Toro.
The remake. The remake, yeah. I wasn't too happy with that remake.
Yeah.
No, there's no better werewolf movie than the American Werewolf in London. I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
That one, hands down, is my favorite werewolf. Hands down. And then they made the most stupidest sequel you can ever imagine. Like, how do you make something so stupid when you have something so brilliant? I mean, I don't know.
Then you most got all.
But this next video is kind of interesting too, in a way. It's called "Why Do People Think Werewolves Are Real?" This is one of those videos where a lady talks. She's an awesome talker and all that. But there's something interesting she said on how to find out if someone is a werewolf by the inside out. Yeah, inside out. Wait till you see what I'm talking about, people. Inside out.
Hi guys, I'm Katie Wayne and this is Animalist News. Halloween is almost here, and in light of the spooky holiday, we're going to talk about one of history's most spooky villains, werewolves. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that lycanthropy is the non-optional ability to shapeshift from a human into a vicious, bloodthirsty, half-human, half-wolf hybrid. References to werewolves date back as early as 7th century BC, and this shows that tales of werewolves have been around basically as long as human civilization has. But why do we fear the wolf so? Real wolves rarely attack humans without provocation. It's a bit of a mystery. Regardless, there have been many recorded cases of lycanthropy. In France, between 1520 and 1630, there were more than 30,000 cases. These werewolf hunts occurring during the same time as the famous witch hunts. One belief at the time was that werewolves turned their skin inside out to appear human, so one of their super duper signs.
You hear that? Werewolves would take their skins from inside out to appear as human. And that's weird. And if you notice if you guys didn't catch it, she said during this time over 30,000, while there was 30,000 cases of werewolves, it was also the same time as witches. People were being claimed as witches. So it's almost like we all know the witches stuff was all bullshit by, I don't know, if people were too religion, they're afraid, they thought witches were the devil. I don't know. But it kind of goes side to side that high stories during the same time when women were getting blamed to be witches, and God, they would be burned to the stake.
Wait till I show you what I got to show you.
I can't wait. This is what else she says.
Scientific test was to cut your flesh and pull it back to see if you had any fur hiding underneath. So logical.
You guys hear that scientific test? They would check your inside out to see the inside had hair on the inside. I mean, wow. You know, some of this little stuff that you never heard of, like, wow, is that how they want to see if somebody's a werewolf? They would actually cut the inside and see if they have hair, and if it was, that's a shapeshifter. Wow,
crazy. Cut them open. Let's see.
Let's cut them open. My God.
In their defense, though, it was a different, simpler time. They were still figuring out how to stay alive during childbirth. I doubt they had time to study the intricacies of genetic disorders like hypertrichosis, a condition where people can grow thick hair all over their face and body, or worry about ergot poison.
Yes. You know,
I got that right here for you.
Yeah, of families like that.
Yeah.
Imagine that back in those days. They don't know that stuff.
They would have thought you were a werewolf.
Yeah, that has to be a possibility.
See?
Right.
Nancy.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Ergot being a fungus which can thrive in wheat and barley, and when ingested can cause
I
hallucinations.
removed it and it went on.
Forget about rabies or...
Oh, you hear about hallucination? Hold on a second. She's talking about certain things that can make you hallucinate of a werewolf. Here we go.
Face and body, or worry about ergot poisoning. Ergot being a fungus which can thrive in wheat and barley, and when ingested can cause hallucinations. Forget about rabies or any other kind of disease other than the sniffles. And guys, they were probably too caught up in collective hysteria to take a step back and go, guys, hold on. Hold on a second. Maybe this dude isn't a shape-shifting, bloodthirsty demon sent from hell to murder us all? Maybe we got some collective hysteria. What animal are you the most afraid of? Is there a story behind it? Please share with me.
It's like watching a South Park episode when they said, when you see an animal, just say the animal's coming right at me, and you just shoot it. It's almost like back in these days, they see anything that's out of the ordinary, instead of investigating it, they shoot you.
I just realized that now that we're part of the StreamYard together, if I can't put something on the bottom and save it for later, it just automatically goes on the screen now. You understand?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Normally I would do it. It would go in a little box on the bottom till we click it. Now it just goes right on. But I wanted to show you the people that she was talking about. Yeah.
Want to put it back up?
That had the disease that made them look like a werewolf. See that? Hypothalamus. So can you imagine, being back in the early 1900s or even late 1800s or even earlier, having a disease like this when they were, thinking people were werewolves? Forget it. These guys would have no shot, right? They would have just probably killed them.
Yeah.
But it is a real thing.
And if you think about it, if they were taken as kids because of that condition, and they were raised almost like animals, most likely you're going to kind of, you're going to kind of act like an animal in a way.
Yeah.
And then guys, this next one, I have one more, but I was trying to look up this guy because this guy, he says something in there that it's like, what? It's called Interview with the Werewolf Russel W. And he's like in Michigan. So I try to look up this guy up because he makes claims on what he did to somebody as a werewolf. And I'm sitting there like, somebody's making a claim like that on
any video,
on social media. Watch, you guys will see what I'm talking about. And I try to research this name, this person, and I couldn't find anything.
How did you feel afterward?
How did I feel? How do you think I felt? I just killed a teenage boy. Did you think I grew up thinking, oh, maybe someday I'll tear apart some kid with my own claws. I'll chew on his innards with my own teeth. It was a dream come friggin' true. That's what it was. The next day, I found his forearm in my garage. I must have brought it back after killing him and stowed it there, like a little doggy bag. Whoa. Teenage boy leftovers. So I felt aces. Aces.
Do you have advice for other werewolves to make sure this doesn't happen to them?
Yeah, I have some advice. Don't get loose. That's my advice.
And Anthony, I'm watching this. I'm like, and I try to look up. Was this guy ever investigated? I mean, werewolf or not?
I'm looking now,
and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything on this guy. I'm like, I mean, either it was a one big hoax. He would be in trouble for making a hoax like that.
I found what you found so far. The video.
It's just the strangest thing with people. It's just kind of like, oh yeah. By the way, when I was a werewolf, I've hurt some people and stuff, and oh yeah, I have pieces of the body parts laying in the garage, and and you know, like if I would think somebody make a claim like that, you would have to investigate it, right?
I would assume, but I don't know. Was there more to that video, or was it just a
No,
short?
that was it. I can't find anything more on it.
Let me see something here.
It's like the most. It's like, you know. And then the funny thing is, you hear people get stuff pulled down off of YouTube and other social media for lesser things. That somebody make a claim like that and those stay on. You scratch your head. How is that possible? You know, we live in a weird world, Anthony.
Well, hold on a minute.
Did you guys love it when Anthony is in deep thought?
Oh man. So, not that I could. That guy. That's the only video, yes, that exists, right? But do you want to see what it looks like when they do the makeup for Hollywood when it's almost complete and then the werewolf face come out? I'm gonna leave the audio blocked so we don't get no problems with that. But just check out how the face ends up popping out on this guy. It's really cool. So they're doing the makeup art, and in like a minute, the whole face, like, look, watch. It's all animatronic artwork. It's pretty wild how they do that stuff. That stuff must cost thousands. But that's all I could find, Eric, was with what you showed, that little tiny clip.
I'm just shocked that was like on YouTube when I heard people get stuff knocked down for the most weirdest things. Then here's
information.
Here's a thing right here. 13 different types of werewolves.
Never heard that before.
13 different types. Apparently, there's a alpha werewolf.
Alpha, okay, so the head werewolf.
Yeah,
right.
Werewolf folklore. There are two types of cursed werewolf: those who deny the curse and those who embrace it. Alphas are the latter. And then number 2, you got beta werewolf. Beta werewolves are constantly fighting their curse, either in a whole or part, that makes every attempt to peacefully among humans and device. So the beta fights the curse. Then you have the guru. In White Wolf's world of darkness universe, the guru are the race of werewolves that believes they were created by Gaia to defend the world from Weaver and Whim. They have a complex culture, steeped in tradition, and many different tribes. Okay, so they were created for a reason.
Lucian,
organizing from a myth of, whatever that word is. That type of werewolf is common in South American folklore and remains an active legend to this day. The original myth involves 7 monsters, of which Lucius was the 7th and the most horrific.
What's up, Ron?
Lucian eventually became the god of death, but this legend became muddler after the Portuguese invaded.
Oh, is this like folklore from around the world, werewolf-wise?
Must be, yes.
Yeah.
Must be. And then you got the Lycans and the now Lycans, of course, that was in the movie Underworld. They used the word Lycans.
Yeah,
and
half human, half werewolf, not full blood, right?
Yeah. Let me see here, make sure. One cannot speak of werewolves without bringing up the earliest and perhaps the most famous werewolf from classical mythology. Lycans were a character over 8th century BCE Paul Metamorphosis. He was described as rather ruthless king. Zeus visited the place disguised as an ordinary man before revealing himself. Lycans were skeptical, so he currently had a name. Ever killed, boiled, and Lycans served to meet Zeus to test whether or not if he was really a god. Wow. In response, Zeus struck down Lycans' palace, killing the 50 sons and cursing the king who then fled into the wilderness, transferring them into a wolf. It's widely believed that Zeus chose a wolf because likens savagery and perceived taste of human flesh. Although here is no actual explanation in the poem itself. Oh,
Lichenoid?
yeah, you got
Lichenoid.
lichenoid. Yeah, lichenoid. One of the many modern takes on a werewolf. A lichenoid has similarities of goals of vampire legends. They are created when werewolf bites a human, infecting the latter's blood with their saliva. Look almost human, but have sharp teeth, claws, bushy eyebrows. Oh, that's Ron, huh?
What?
Is Ron a lichenoid werewolf?
A lichenoid.
God dang, we know what
Ron's a science werewolf.
There's probably a reason why he's really leaving New York.
What's up, Matt?
Man wolf. That's a cool name. The type of werewolf was quite popular in Hollywood for a while. As with most Hollywood werewolves, the man wolf is created through a curse. Their human form is completely normal and able to live their lives until the full moon. Oh, those were called man wolves.
Yeah, that's my nickname in the bedroom. My wife calls me the man wolf. Ow!
Yeah, but I didn't know you needed a full moon for that.
And then
the man wolf. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. This is the.
How do you say that? Nagao?
Nagao. Despite heavy Spanish influence, a lot of legends of Mexico remains untainted, including one about werewolves. There are two basic variations of the myth, and two different spelling tends to be used for a differential between them. Refers to a guardian spirit that takes possession of various animals. Meanwhile, a Nefer refers to a person that is able to shapeshift into an animal for the purpose of causing harm. That is derived from the
Ossuary werewolf? What the hell is that?
Yeah, Ossuary werewolf. See, there's so many werewolves that I didn't even know existed.
What's that werewolf doing? Shaving the guy's head?
It's like he's feeding it an apple.
See the thing around his neck? Over the guy's head?
The one on the left.
Looks like St. Anthony, right?
That is strange. What is it? Like a purse? Like he's carrying a purse.
I have no idea.
Now, the curious type of werewolf from Ireland. Oh, Ireland. They're always drunk over there, you know. Ireland that may have its roots in the
werewolf.
Saga werewolf. According to the legend, which was documented as fact, a saint named Notorious cursed the people of Scosori for some ancient sin. Every 7 years, a man and woman had to become wolves, only returning to human form when the 7 years ended and a new male or female were chosen. It is suggested in this account that the transformation involved wolf pelts. Wolf pelts. So if you and your wife became a wolf, I guess you have to be a wolf for 7 years until somebody takes your spot. So I'm guessing that if you can't find somebody taking your spot, I guess you stay a werewolf for the next 7 years?
I don't know, dude. This is all mythology.
Let me see here. The Volsanga Saga werewolves. In Norse mythology, Sagma and his son, are wandering in the woods and come upon a hut. They find two magical wolf pelts. By putting one on, the pelts. Is that what that thing that he was wearing around his neck?
A pelt is like a piece of the hair and the skin is a pelt.
Oh. Putting one on, and it would turn the weather into a wolf, complete with the same cunning, powering and bravery of a true wolf. However, the pelt cannot be removed again for 10 days. 10 days. Yeah.
The werewolf shapeshifters we're familiar of. That's like the skinwalkers.
Yeah. Yeah, different countries, they're probably the exact same thing. It's just
Different
their naming
terminology.
it.
Yeah.
Different. Werewolf, shapeshifters. That's the one we know. Shapeshifters are usually not true werewolves, but rather humans that can take forms of a wolf or other creatures. For example, many vampire legends claim the vampire can turn into a wolf at will. That's true. Also, werewolves are. Yeah, I mean, we know.
That's one mythology I've always wondered. Could it be possible? The Skinwalker, right?
You hear it all the time with the Native
Hear it
Americans.
all the time from the Native American. I wonder if it's even. I know it sounds crazy, but I really wonder. Makes you really think.
Number 12, wolf wearers. Wow, werewolves are humans that turn into wolves. Wolf wearers are the opposite. These lycanthropes appear frequently in folklore, although there are a few modern examples outside of the Jack Nicholson movie Wolf. Wolf aren't the result of a curse and instead can have several different origins. For example, in some stories, the wolf may be given human form to pursue love. In other stories, the species of natural shapeshifters, it's often said that a wolf will have human eyes as well as human intelligence, even in their true form. Their human forms look like any other human, but they may retain some animalistic traits in their behavior. Well, you just heard Anthony say in bed at night. I mean, that's wolf behavior. However, these creatures are often considered to be tricksters of potentially evil, depending upon the story. So number 13, Wolfman. The Wolfman is very similar to the man-wolf, but with distinctions. In many cases, the Wolfman retains most of the human features with face that look more like Chewbacca than a wolf. Chewbacca's a werewolf. I knew it. These werewolves also change on the full moon and are usually the result of a curse. Two famous examples of a wolfman are Eddie Munsters and Quentin Collins from Dark Shadows. There's a urban legend that Chewbacca, they were designed after a Bigfoot and that kind of stuff. No, it wasn't. George Lucas used to drive around with a dog, and he thought it'd be cool to have a pilot riding around with his dog. So
is that where it came from?
That's true. Yeah.
I believe it.
A man's best friend is their dog in the car. The human drive, and the dog is the sidekick on the chair. So that's where he came up with Chewbacca. It wasn't. Someone said, "Oh, see, he knew about Bigfoot." No, it wasn't about Bigfoot. It was actually from a dog. So that's Chewbacca. Chewbacca is a dog of George Lucas in a car. So that is the 13 werewolves. I kind of agree with you. When you sit there, you think to yourself, "Are werewolves real?" And I'm not going to say they're real, but I would say if there's a possibility of them being real, I'm more in line of the Native American shapeshifters versus the other werewolves that are known out there. But people in the chat, what do you guys think? I think I can't remember. Did I put up a poll on my channel? Oh, I might have forgot to put a poll. I'm gonna double check.
Have you started watching that series, The Last of Us, on HBO?
Dude, that is the best freaking show.
I love
out
it.
There. Me and my wife, we watch every Sunday, except this last Sunday they played it on Friday because of the Super Bowl. We watch every single one. It's magnificent.
No, you can get it on Friday if you have HBO Max. You get it 2 days early.
Yeah, we do. We have HBO Max.
And The Judge is another good show on Showtime. But The Last of Us is great. Like, all the humans got infected with this zombie-type virus. Did you see the last episode when that huge thing came out of the ground? Oh, man, that was freaky.
Well, it's an interesting theory because it's fungus.
Could it happen? I bet you something like that could happen.
Well, they say they're trying to base it on that as of right now, fungus can't grow in us, but with temperature changing in the world, if the world keeps getting warmer and warmer,
could we host it? Yeah,
could could be a chance that we can host fungus in us, and then of course
that would be
fungus grows in us. What would it do?
That'd be pretty crazy.
I mean, it's you know.
And that's the guy that plays the Mandalorian.
Yes,
that actor. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, Pedro Picasso. I forget his name, but he's awesome.
I don't remember his name, but he's really good.
He's awesome, and yeah, no, I oh my god, that show is so intense, and I love like the third episode where he had that woman leader, but she was like a mob. She talks like a mob, like it's like the most scariest kind of part. She's the most kind part, and I love him. And this kid's like, will you let me go? No, I'm never not gonna let you go. But it's just like it's like the most charming person.
She got hers in the end, though, man. She got killed.
Oh God, she
tore her up.
Oh God, she did. And all that. So what's your full thought of all werewolves and mythology?
Like I said, I don't believe in the whole werewolf vampire thing, but if I had to subscribe to one of these things being real, I would probably go with the Skinwalker claims more than anything. But even that, I don't know. You know what I mean? What about you? I know that Chewbacca is real because I've hung out with him, so I know that to be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that.
Yeah, I mean,
I even have proof of me and Chewbacca, man. I mean, I know for a fact. Yeah, I know for a fact Chewbacca's real.
I can't remember how the exact line goes, but there's John Wick 4 trailer is out, and there's a line he says somehow in there. It's the most perfect line that I've heard. It's the best line of the freaking year. When he's sitting in church, and the guy sitting next to him was like asking him, like basically like why you in here? Like, do you like believe in your God? Because because he's still suffering from his wife loss. Is like, no, I don't. And then the guy goes like, why are you here? What if I'm wrong? And I love that line because I think of the line of everything. What if you're wrong? I might believe this way, but there might be a small chance I'm wrong. So even though I might not believe in the whole Almighty, I am going to sit in here just in case I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I love that.
Hey, Elena. All right, let's check it out.
So let's do this. Everybody in the chat. If you believe in werewolves, put in a 1. If you don't believe in werewolves, put in a 2. Simple. Yes, you believe in werewolves. 1. 2, if you don't believe in werewolves. I wanna get an overall feeling of what you guys think.
Me and Chewbacca.
Oh, wow, look at that. Angeline believes in a werewolf. David Martin, werewolf. Danny Staten, werewolf. How win the lottery? Don't believe in werewolves. Well, he has to keep winning the lottery. He doesn't want to get killed by a werewolf.
Yeah, he don't want to get killed. He's carrying silver bullets. He don't want to get killed by a werewolf.
Freaky geek. Yes. Bigfoot. Yes.
Bigfoot. Yes.
Carlos Skywatcher.
You still believe in one? Is they believe in werewolves?
1, if you believe in werewolves. 2, if you don't.
Really? Wow.
A lot of 1s. You know what? There's a lot of people who claim. I believe Bigfoot's real. I know. I've seen Bigfoot. But can somebody, when you see a lot of people see Bigfoot sometimes in the dark and all that, could they? Or what I mean is, they said they saw a werewolf. Did they really see a werewolf, or they could have possibly seen a Bigfoot? I mean, if you believe that Bigfoot's real, because we don't know exactly on what a Bigfoot. I mean, we heard stories, people shape them out, with stuff, but technically, we don't have a pure
misidentification. You're talking about?
Yes. Listen, if you're in the middle of the night in the woods, this creature comes out might be a werewolf. I mean, first mind you're thinking is being scared, a werewolf. That could be a Bigfoot.
I could see that, making a misidentification on something.
It's, you know, we had Tex explain a story about, the dog man. That
That's
a dog
another
man.
one I hear a lot, man. The dog man.
And Tex belief that a dog man is not even in the same race as a Bigfoot. So they're they're a total different race. And so if you
the dog man, right?
Yes, and if you believe in a dog man, that could be easily mistaken for a werewolf. That's if you believe in both. I mean, it's some people are like, oh my God, these two guys are saying one could look like this, but they're both not real. But that's up to you. That's up to everybody else. But look at all the ones that are in here. Carlos one, one. So
David
almost
said,
everybody. Terry Brown wrote 2. So there's only like 2 people that said they don't believe in werewolves.
David said, go watch Dark Waters channel. A lot on the Dogman videos. He has a lot on the Dogman videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to check that out because I'm curious. Hey, Purgatory Paranormal. Nice to see you. Yeah, now I'm curious.
Yeah, So, if you believe the dogman exists, that's another kind of a werewolf because their shapes are supposedly more like a werewolf shape.
I'll tell you one thing that I would go with if I had the opportunity. I would become a vampire if given the opportunity. Definitely. Why, you wouldn't?
That's kind of funny, right? Because every year, my wife and my daughter, they always rewatch. People don't make fun of me. They always rewatch the Twilight series.
Oh, my wife watches that like
and they're always chose. Did you choose the vampire side or did you choose the werewolf side? And one name was Jacob, I think, and the other one
Team
is
Jacob and Team Edward.
And I always say, oh, you like the werewolf, and no, they're vampires. Everybody always chose the vampire because they're like the cooler ones, And then, but it was cool. I guess I was at least in the Twilight. They were Native Americans, which you could say they're shapeshifters in a lot of ways. So
exactly, there you go. That's how I looked at that. They were skinwalkers or something. They call themselves werewolves, but I looked at it more on the lines of like skinwalkers myself.
I'm trying to find a.
They did those movies really good though, not for nothing. They were classy.
I'm trying to. I don't know if I could find this picture. I shouldn't really show it.
Are you naked in this picture, covered in hair?
No.
What's up, Connor?
Sometimes I go back to Facebook and it's hard to find where they even put the pictures at anymore. It's like I don't even know sometimes. Like where they move things around so many times. Like, okay, so where was my pictures? Because let me see here, stories, Flynn. Because there's maybe I can't find it.
Count down 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because one time. It's kind of, actually it is a little bit of an embarrassing picture because my wife dressed me up like a
baby,
the main vampire guy in Twilight. Edward. Yes, but for whatever reason, man, I don't even know how to look up pictures anymore.
What's it on? Is it on your Facebook?
Yeah.
Let me see if I find it.
I'm on my Facebook page, but where's the word? You know what I mean? Where's the is it here? Oh, I was on the wrong page. Oh, here it is.
Go down under friends, right where it says posts. It's right underneath that.
Yeah, I guess I was on a. I thought it was on here.
Is it this one?
No. It's like a lot of my pictures are gone.
Got a lot of good pictures. Where'd you go? England?
What? A picture? Oh, there's a picture of me in England.
I'm saying, is that where you are in England?
One's New York. I was in Denmark.
Maybe it's Denmark.
Your photos. Oh. Okay, hold on a second. I'm scrolling down. I found the overall pictures. Hold on, guys. You guys might like get a kick out of it. I know it's here somewhere. Yeah, I was in Denmark when my son went to a school that they take kids from around the world, and the idea is to teach people from around the world to respect each other's cultures. It's kind of a cool ass program, if you think about it.
That is cool.
Bringing people together in that way, and
when I was in high school, we had exchange students. I had a couple people come from Italy, a bunch from Africa, Switzerland. Did you ever have exchange students in your class, Eric, when you were younger?
Oh God, I found it. Yes, I found it. This might not. This is the.
Eric with eyeliner.
My wife put. I know, guys. I know.
Oh boy.
I know it's stupid.
Oh boy.
I know it's stupid, but my wife put like makeup on trying to make me look exactly like Edward. I'm like, well, is this gonna get me lucky at least? Eric's goth days. Purgatory, New York.
Cross-dressing days is more like that.
If you saw my pictures in high school, I had long hair. My hair was naturally curly, so I mean it was, yeah, Lost Boys. I told you guys, it's kind of a embarrassing picture in a way, but
no, it's a good picture, yeah.
It's just the wife wanted me to look like it, and then of course, everybody. I know. I think I've seen.
I just saw that one. That's a good one.
That's my gang.
The crew.
That's the crew.
The boys. The Lost Boys.
Leather jacket. Got the leather jacket. Got the dancing shirt in the front.
What year was that, Eric?
Oh my God! I think that was I think that was my friend was doing senior pictures, so I was so I think that was 19. We graduated in 92, but we took the senior pictures in 91, so that was 1991.
91. A long time ago.
I know, isn't it? Just sometimes it's just weird.
It was yesterday, right?
I know it's so. Where has times gone by?
Right.
What happened to us?
Got old, man. I tell my son now, enjoy every moment.
Yeah, no,
Goes
seriously.
like lightning.
Well,
one day you're gonna blink and you're gonna be my age.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of my most favorite pictures of me and my dog, who's not with us no more. That's me on Halloween, carrying my dog.
I miss my dog, my Bella, so much. I keep her right here on my desk with me. My baby. She had pancreatic cancer. She died on me. She was only 7 years old. She went everywhere with me, my baby.
And then this is me in upstate New York.
Yeah, buddy.
That's upstate New York. That is Cortland, New York, out in the country. He just riding in dune buggies. But beyond that, hey guys, let's find out what's going on this week. Let's go to Unidentified S4 channel, see what he's got coming up. Let's go to his channel. Close tab, Unidentified S4. Let's see here. He's got the Project MK Ultra.
MK Ultra, baby.
So technically, real quick, what is the MK Ultra? In case people don't know.
MK Ultra is when the CIA hired scientists to purchase all the LSD acid and they wanted to experiment with acid on the general public and soldiers to try to get them like a truth serum to get information out of them. They also had another division of that where they would hire prostitutes to have sex with men on LSD to get the information out of them as well. And they did horrific things to people. So I put together a really good video for us on Sunday. It's a really sick, twisted program what they did, man.
And that's the link for that. And then, guys,
And then
tomorrow.
Tonight I'm on Gemma Jade's channel with Lara Paranormal Pixie, and I going to be on there tonight. I don't know if she has the thumbnail or whatever up yet, but that'll be tonight.
I'll double check. And of course, tomorrow, Anthony and I did we recorded it yesterday. We're going to be talking about Tom DeLonge's and his company to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science.
TTSA.
Let me see here. Gemma Jade. I'm trying to see.
I'm not sure if she has a thumbnail up. I didn't look yet, so I'm not 100%.
I'm on her channel right now, and I don't think she has it up yet.
I know it's tonight though, because we spoke this morning, and she's like, "Oh, I'll hit you up when to send me the StreamYard link or whatever." I'll show you a cool picture though. I happen to have me when I graduated high school with my dad, right? And then my son, like time lapse when he graduated high school. So there's me and my dad, and then my dad with my son. That's how fast time goes by. It's crazy.
God.
Crazy.
Why do we got to get older?
Right.
That's why you want to find the truth now and, go out, investigate all you can, because you never know what tomorrow brings,
Very true.
Because God, it's like almost every day you put on the news, you hear or you hear that your friend from school has passed away or something. You're like, my God, we're almost the same age. And
I've had so many friends pass away.
Yeah,
you know what happened here in New York and all over the world? We had that pill epidemic. Everybody painkillers and dope and all of that nonsense. And I so many friends I grew up with all passed away from that. Shame. Terrible.
Oh, see, guys, I want to show you guys this. I drink coffee around the world. This is me drinking coffee in Denmark. That's me in Denmark. There's Denmark. Oh yeah, that's right. I took a picture of that because I took a picture of this candy section. You know why? Real quick, people. Because I went to the movies in Denmark and my son took off with his friend. I was left alone in this other country by myself. So I decided to go watch a movie. And they have popcorn, but in this country, Denmark, UK, they don't have butter. No butter. And I asked the worker, well, they don't do butter because it's too bad for whatever for the body. I'm like, you got a whole section full of candy. Come on. You're worried about somebody's health and you're selling all this candy? Come on. What's wrong with this country not putting butter on popcorn?
What do you mean they didn't have butter? You lost me there.
In the UK, maybe not all UK, but Denmark, they don't. They have when you get popcorn, it's just salt and popcorn. They don't do butter.
Really?
They don't do butter. And when they explained that they don't do butter because of this, I'm like, you got a full. It's all candy here. Come on, that's like that healthy. That's the only reason.
Eric wants his butter. Get his butter.
See, this is their theater, and it's all candy. No butter for popcorn or anything.
That's cool that they had a candy store in the theater, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Never seen that before.
Yeah.
Can't have everything, Eric.
Well, and they don't. I guess they don't really do breakfast. This is all. Every time I went to look for breakfast in Denmark, this is all you find is pastries.
Nice.
But that's it. You only find pastries and coffee. You can't. I guess they don't really do breakfast. They only do like stuff like this.
That looks good.
Denmark is not the UK. Well, aren't they part of the United, or aren't they part of the, what do they call it? The United Nations, whatever? Aren't they part of the
United
Union group, whatever they call? I don't know. All I know, at least Denmark drives on the correct side of the road like we do. That's all I know. They actually drive on the same side of the road as we do. European Union. Yeah, they're all part of the European Union.
The United Kingdom, though, is Great Britain and Northern Ireland, I think,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you. They're part of the European Union and all that.
The EU.
Beyond that, guys, tomorrow, like I said, we're going to talk Tom DeLonge, and then he's going to be on Jim and Jade tonight. Then, of course, Saturday, I don't have the link up yet, the premiere interview. So, that's my guy. I got to get going, everybody. Have a great day. See you next time.